Good day and welcome to the lesson of today. Here we've got this problem here. We are solving sine of a minus 360 degree multiplied by cos of 90 plus a all over cos of 90 degree minus a multiplied by tan of negative a. Then first of all here, as you can see, first of all we have sine of a, we have got this here, a minus 360. So the first thing that you must do here, you have to change this and make sure that you start with the 360 and then a. Then you come here and say negative sine into 360 degree plus a. Why 360 plus a, and then the negative sign before this problem? This is because, as you can see here, when we take the 360 and put it here where there is a, and then a to the that side of the negative side, a is positive, and then this is negative 360. We remove the negative 360 and put it this side. Sorry, here it is negative a, 360 negative a. Yes, negative a. Why negative a? We have taken out the common factor, we have taken out the negative sign, so that we can change this problem and start with 360 degree, so that when you multiply this negative with 360, you're gonna get minus 360 plus a, like here at the beginning. And then we are multiplying with cos of 90 plus a, cos of 90 plus a. Let's copy it as it is, 90 degree plus a. It is all over cos of 90 degree minus a multiplied by tan of negative a. Tan of negative a, it is the same as, you can write it as, you can even write it as tan of 0 degree minus a. You can write it like this to avoid confusion. Okay, let's move forward. We are coming to negative side into 360 minus a. So here you're gonna come and draw the diagram here. We all know this diagram here. All students take coffee. Okay, and then we're gonna go to our diagram here and see here we've got 0 also, and 360, and then 90 degree, 180 degree, 270 degree. And then immediately when you see 360 here, you come and point at 360 here, and then come back and look for the sign here. Here we've got a negative sign. A negative sign, it means that you have to move from where you are pointing to the clockwise direction. Here we are going to the clockwise direction because here we are at 360, and then the sign here is minus, so minus is going all the way back here where only cos is positive. So because only cos is positive, it means that because here we have got a sign is going to be negative, but you are going to come here and write negative into negative sine a. Why negative into negative sine a? Because here we already had a negative sign here, and then at 360 minus a, at 360 minus 360 minus is 360 minus is here, only cos is positive, which means our sign is going to be negative. So this is negative, this negative comes from 360 minus, because at 360 minus it is only here where the only cos here is positive, and all others are negative, like sine, because here we are dealing with sine, which means sine here is going to be negative at 360 minus, then this is the negative, and then this one is the negative that we have started with here at the bottom, at the top. So now we are going forward. We're gonna multiply this by cos of 90 plus. Again, immediately when you see 90 plus, you're gonna go and point at 90. It is here, and then plus 90 plus. When you're coming here this side anti-clockwise, you are actually doing this 90 plus. If it was 90 minus, remember, minus you go to the clockwise direction, plus you go to the anti-clockwise direction. So because it is 90 plus 90 plus 90 plus, we're coming this way to the anti-clockwise direction. So 90 plus is here, where only sign is positive. Is this sign? No, it's cos. So if only sign is positive here, it means first of all you are going to write minus. Why minus or negative? Why negative? Because only sign here at 90 minus, it is at 90 plus, only sign here at 90 plus is a positive. But here, because we're dealing with cos, it means that cos is negative. But remember, at 90 and 270 here, if we've got sine, it's gonna change to cos. If we've got cos, it's gonna change to sine. Same applies here to 70. If we've got sine, it's gonna change to cos. If we've got cos, it's gonna change to sine. So first of all, what we did here, we thought of, because it is 90 plus, and at 90 plus here only sign is positive, because here we've got cos, the first thing we should do is to write the negative sign. But again, because we're dealing with a 90 degree here, this cos must change to sine, and then we're gonna come here and say sine A, and then here someone will say, oh no, we've got cos of 90 plus and only sign is positive here. Why do we have a negative sign here? This is because first of all we check what we've got here, it is cos, and then here at 90 plus only sign is positive. Before we change, we check anything else, we must make sure that we check here at 90 plus we've got sign which is positive, and then here in our problem we've got cos, which means the first thing we have to do is say, okay, because here only sign is positive, the first thing I'm gonna do is to write a negative sign. Then again, think of, because we are dealing with a 90 degree here, and if it is sign must change to positive and cos must change to sine, then you're going to change this cos into sine. This is the next step. After the first step is this one of dealing with the negative sign, and then the second step is to checking this 90 degrees so that we can change from cos to sine A. Okay, let's go to the bottom. At the bottom here we've got cos 90 minus. Remember, okay, let's just first go to 90 minus. Where is 90 minus? 90 minus, because it's minus, we are going to clockwise direction. 90 minus is found here, where all these things are they are all positive here at 90 minus, they are all positive. So you have to start with the positive sign. Okay, we don't write anything here. Then you come and say, okay, because it is we're dealing with a 90 degree here, this means that because here we've got a cos sign, a cos, it means that now it's gonna change and be what? And be sine A. We don't have negative sine A because at cos 90 minus all these things are positive, so that's why we started with a positive sign here. Then we are changing from cos to sine because it is 90 degrees. At 90 and 270, cos and sine interchange. So here we've got from cos to sine, which is sine A, multiply by, we're coming here, multiply by, turn into 0 minus A. Here I said this is 0 minus because as you can see from the original problem here, it was negative. you know, if we've got -1 here, this is the same as 0 minus 1. 0 minus 100 is equal to -100. So if you've got -100, it means that it is 0 minus 100. That is why he has said 0 minus a, so that you cannot be confused. Okay, let's move forward. We are dealing with this thing now. We are here. Let's do tan of 0 minus. Where is 0 minus? Okay, at 0 is here. Minus, I said at minus, we are going to clockwise direction. Minus, it is here where only cos is positive, and here we've got a tan. So because only cos is positive, we are going to have a value of negative sine sorry, this is negative this is not negative, it is a negative tan a, but we can say negative sine a because tan is equal to sine over cos, so we can say negative sine a over cos a, which is equal to negative tan a. So we are here now. Let's come back to the first problem here. As you can see, we have got negative and negative. This immediately we're gonna be positive. Negative and negative is gonna be positive, and then we're gonna have sine a multiplied by negative sine a, which is gonna be negative sine squared a, negative sine squared a. Why negative sine squared a? Because we are going to have negative sine a, because negative and negative is going to be positive. Then okay, let's just say because this is multiplication, we have got three negative signs. The first ones will be positive, multiplied by the third one is going to be negative again, which is why we've got negative sine squared a. Let's go to the bottom. Here we've got sine a multiplied by this, which is equal to sine a multiplied by negative sine a is this is equal to negative sine squared a over cos a. Now, sorry, okay, we have got negative sine squared a over sine a multiplied by negative sine a, which is equal to negative sine squared a over cos a. Remember, this sine a over cos a is coming from here at tan. Tan is equal to sine over cos. So here all we have to do is come and say negative sine squared a, negative sine squared a over 1 multiply by, remember we have got this problem here which is coming from tan. So the first one, it is sine squared a only, which is divided by tan, which is now this problem, sine squared a over cos a. So sine squared a divided by 1, it is equal to this first part only. Then we'll come to the second part. When you are changing from division to multiplication, you change and write the ones which is in the bottom, you write it at the top here, and then the one which is in the top, you're gonna write it at the bottom. So we're gonna start with cos a here. Cos a over, we are changing because we are multiplying here. We are changing sine squared a over cos a into cos a over sine squared a because we are multiplying. Coming from division to multiplication, we change. So it is cos A over negative sine squared A, negative sine squared A over negative sine squared A. And then as you can see here, we have got negative sine squared A at the top as well as negative sine squared A at the bottom, which will gonna cancel each other and have 1. And then here we're gonna have cos A over 1, which is equal to cos A. The answer to this is cos A. So thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next video. Don't forget to ask where you don't understand, and don't forget to like our Facebook page, Close Attention.